Okay, so we're going to get the menu here. And the first list are 298 in one. But of course, it's a lie. Because they always like being naughty and give us double games or multiple same games in the same list. But when you're looking at like the list itself, it's not super bad. So for a very cheap device, I think here we're going to get the fake titles or the weird homebrew games. But I noticed like we do get a lot of decent games, so that is not bad at all. We're going to get a game called Door Door. Like, what the hell is that? And of course, I already messed it up. Okay, come on. How do I freaking... Oh! How do I get into the freaking door? It killed me. Again. Of course, one of the famous games that we have seen before is the weird looking Angry Birds game. But of course, this is a reskin of a homebrew game. I personally really enjoy this game. I was like, need to try it out. Go away. And I messed it up. But I'm very curious, like, what is on the second, or what can we unlock with the second cartridge? That is, of course, the main question of today. Is it any good? Are there like different game modes, or everything freaking 8-bit? Oh, so we're going to get it 30 in one now. Okay, that is quite interesting. So there are some homebrew games on here. But it's kind of weird that the smallest collection will be unlocked with the cartridge. So that is kind of weird. Okay, great test. Young Kung Fu. Let's see if all the sound effects are here. See, and that is the problem with these first generation 8-bit clones. You can see like everything is messed up when it comes to the colors. It's like not great at all. And we do hear like some sound effects, but most of them are freaking them away. And oh man, this thing plays absolutely horrifying with the freaking 4 buttons as a D-pad. I really hate this thing. I'm gonna shit my pants. Yep, indeed. Alright, so the quality is so bad. Like, like I was thinking like the next generation of, let's say, 8-bit system will have like a decent signal output, but they all have these weird washed out lines, stuff that we have seen before with the first generation of Famicom clones, stuff like that. Maybe this sounds weird, but I really enjoy these weird homebrew games sometimes. Even they play like shit. Look at this. Like what? I jump over, there was a bump. I crashed into this, I couldn't jump. But then overall, like, the functionality of the TV out seems to be working just fine. Let's try another weird thing. UFO race, we have seen that before. Come on, get off the freaking ladder. Oh, I wasn't paying attention, I was looking at my camera. So far so good. But in the end, like, if they slap a better D-pad in this thing, and yeah, use some better components, it's not super bad. But yeah, for the money, we can't complain. Okay, so here you can see, like, I'm not having the cartridge in, and when we set it, let's power it on. Now we see the 2901. Let's see what happens if we're going to plug it in. See, everything seems to be working just fine. Let's boot up a game. See, the game works just fine. Let's reset it. And then you can see like we now are going to get the 31. So this system, this is just freaking bullshit. Okay, so let's open it up because I wanted to see what is inside this bad boy and just how they made it in the inside. They wasted so many materials making this, you know, like, and some of those things, of those handhelds are not super bad. But in general, I'm more like, why didn't they make like something that is multi-emulator nowadays? And just for fun fact, they're still making 8-bit systems, and they're making them better quality, but also it comes with the price. I've reviewed a couple of them called like the 8-bit or the Ultra 8-bit and stuff like that, Duo NES. And there are like some good ones out there, but still, like, if you're going to get better quality, you're paying around, let's say, $25 for a complete system. Ooh, yep, I broke the seal. Who's naughty now? Okay, so let's open it up. Alright, is this speaker loose or... No, it's like, I think they glued it. Okay, so the first thing is like this tiny magnet. It's quite huge compared with the speaker itself, but it also explains why the audio quality was pretty decent. I personally really like this audio quality of this tiny speaker. Like always, I need to be very careful because they like soldered the speaker right into the freaking main board. I really hate it when I do that. But let's remove the last couple of screws just to see how this thing looks in the inside. Alright. And there are a lot of freaking screws or parkers, how you want to call this thing, inside the handheld. Because normally like there's 1, maybe 2, or maximum 3 that holds everything in place. But this thing has like, like a lot of screws. Alright, so let's remove this one. Is it new or did they messed up with the PCB? No. I thought they like damaged the PCB or assembling the PCB itself. Alright, so okay, so here we're going to get the D-pad, and you can see like basically there are 2 buttons in here that form the D-pad. They are using the cheap translucent rubber membranes, but here we're going to get nothing really fancy. There are still some parkers here and there that holds the front plate, so basically this is a 3-level construction. Here we're going to get the PCB itself with the LCD display attached to it. They have these foams for positioning it in the right position or the level. Let's see, here we're going to get it. What kind of LCD are they using? So what I like about it, if this thing gets broken, you can also get yourself a new LCD because they have like a ribbon cable. And I did see like with some of the handhelds, they just soldered it straight into the freaking main board. Then we're going to get here, the model number is the M100 version number 3. This is not the first generation. Like, it's version number 3. They still have like sucky audio out. And then we're going to get the black blob with information. And here we do get a separate chip. A lot of information on it. And of course, then we're going to get the membrane for the D-pad. So, yeah, when it comes to this device, there's nothing really fancy to see, of course. It's very basic quality, but also very basic technology. So let's put this thing back together and let's round up this video. Okay guys, so let's talk about the cartridge slot before I'm going to completely forget about it. Okay, so this is basically wired, very weird in construction. Here you can see like there's even some pins here at the back that are sticking out. Such a weird situation over here. But let's do a quick teardown of the cartridge. I want to open it up, but guess what? There isn't a freaking screw inside the cartridge that holds everything in place. Just wanted to show you that there's basically nothing in here. So let's open it up. Look at this, like how big the cartridge is, and there's only a very tiny PCB in here. So when you're plugging it in, it doesn't do anything. Here you can see like the cable, basically a couple of contacts have been like connected with each other. So when you're plugging it in, it doesn't do anything. There is no chip whatsoever on it. And just was something I just wanted to show you. So when it comes to this, I can still remember like the PX-P3, one of them, like with the 16-bit games, had a couple of pins. To be honest, I have really no clue why they did it. Maybe for marketing, they want to sell, like say, like extra cartridges. Don't know, to be honest. But in the end, it's a kind of weird situation here. So this is what we're going to get with the Mogis M100A. So funny thing is, like when I want to put this thing on 0 volume, it still makes noise. Like, oh man, like how bad is the quality of this device? But overall, yeah, let me know what do you think of this. And yeah, it's not a great product when you look at the overall quality and also like the way how it made is. There's like the cheap version. Nowadays, some of them are better than this, but is it something you pick up? I think that's something you just need to avoid. Even it's cheap. I want to thank you for watching. Consider subscribing, hit that little bell, become one of the Wicked family, and I will see you in the next video. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's awesome. that you're tuning in. It's time for another handheld on portable game system from our friends from China. So I picked it up, and I must say, like, the Mogis M100A is a quite interesting piece of technology, because this is a very old one. Yep, we can say that this is a retro China handheld. So it comes with this funny Angry Birds front logo. And yeah, with these chip devices, what you're going to get is not really great quality. And one of those things is this problem. Yeah, so they're using these flimsy plastics that needs to be like a front protection bezel for your LCD, but the glue already basically like stopped working. So that is the main problem. And in the end, what we're also going to get is this weird looking battery, and there's basically one from the Game Boy SP. And the problem I'm having with these things, they're like not very expensive to get, and even going to break down a couple of dollars, you can get a new one. But the capacity is not great, so it will not only give you like a couple of hours playtime, it is not great in general. The build quality, yeah, let's say it's a PlayStation portable, weird looking knockoff. We're not actually going to get a very good D-pad. We're going to get 4 separate buttons, but I personally really don't like it to play it like that. We're going to get AB, yeah, it's kind of weird. You're going to do AB, yeah, C and X, like, what the hell, like, the configuration is kind of weird. You would say like maybe you're going to get shoulder buttons, but that's something we're not going to get. We do get a cartridge slot, but the question remains, do we get a freaking cartridge? Yes, we do. But the weird thing is, like, we're not going to get a multi-card. This is like a short unlocking system, because it basically connects a certain pins in here and will activate a certain game list in the system. Yeah, that's kind of weird. And like, you have so many weird things going on, like with this device. It comes with a very long, decent mini USB cable. We do have AV out that we're going to try out, and I'm curious if this thing even plays some multi-emulator or multi-platforms. So let's slap this thing back together and let's see what we're going to get. And I'm curious, we're also going to do a teardown, because I wanted to see how old this bloody thing is. We're going to get a speaker in here, an LED here at the bottom for charging. The charging is at the bottom, it's kind of weird position. Volume control, and of course the on and off switch. And yep, of course we're going to get the final fight, mighty final fight, NES soundtrack.